So here we have a put-call parity equation. We are given the call and put premium, the stock and strike price for both options, the expiration date, and the interest date. So for question A, it is, what would you do to exploit these quotes? What would be a riskless arbitrage profit? So, as we have here, the put-call parity equation. Well, we want to rewrite this equation to equals to 0, because if it does not equal 0, there is an opportunity for arbitrage. So we have a negative 42.5 plus 42.15, which equals a negative 0.35. Well, negative 0.35 is less than 0, and we cannot have a profit of negative 0.35. So we must rewrite the equation by multiplying it by a negative 1. And as you can see, we have positive 42.5 minus 42.15, which equals to a positive 0.35. Now, we can see this positive 0.35 as a profit, and we can see these variables as cash flows. So, we have our columns here, and as you can see here, these are our variables, and when we are buying a call, we have a negative C. When we are selling a put, we have a positive P. When we are short selling a stock, we have a positive S, and when we are lending the present value of K, we have a negative K. Then let's plug in all the numbers we already have, and once we do the math, we have a 0.35. Now, what makes us an arbitrage profit is that time equals the expiration date, which are these two columns. So the first one we have, the stock price is less than the strike price of 43, and in this column we have the stock price greater than the strike price of 43. Well, when we're buying the call, we are not going to exercise, so here is the 0. When it is greater than and we are buying the call, we have the stock price minus the strike price of 43. When we are selling the put, we are obligated to pay, so we have a negative 43 minus the stock price. When we are selling the put and it is greater than, we are not going to exercise. When we are short selling the stock, we must buy it back. So we are going to pay the stock price, whatever it may be. Now we are lending the present value, okay, so we receive the strike price of 43, and that is in both columns. Now, let's add up our first column, which is the stock price is less than the strike price, and we get a 0. Now, when we add the column with the stock price is greater than 43, we also get a 0. So the 0 assures us of a 0 payoff regardless of the stock price, which is no risk. This 0.35 is our arbitrage profit, which is a cash flow today of 0.35 per unit. So for example, if we have a contract size of $200, we will receive a $70 profit. Now we have question B. So our question is, how could you synthetically short sell an asset using only options and borrowing or lending at the risk-free rate? Would you be better off short selling the stock or synthetically short selling it using options? Well, again, here is our put-call parity equation, and we will need to arrange it to put S on one side. So, when would we receive a call premium? That is when we are selling a stock, so positive C. When would we be paying the put premium? That is when we are buying the put, so a negative P. And when would we be receiving the present value of the stock price, which is a positive K. And that is when we are borrowing the present value of the strike price, 43. So again, here is our cash flows, and here is our cash flow of time. Let's insert what we know. So when we're selling a call, we have a positive 0.75. When we're buying the put, we have a negative 4.25. And when we are borrowing, we have a positive 42.15. So once we do the math, we have a 43.65. And now, If our stock price is less than the strike price and we are selling, we are not going to exercise. When our stock price is greater than the 43, we have a negative in parentheses, the stock price minus 43. And when our stock price is less than 43 and we're buying the put, we're going to have a positive, and then in parentheses, stock price minus 43. When it is greater than 43, we are not going to exercise. And since we are borrowing, we have a negative 43 for both columns. Now once we add these all up, we have a 0, and as well as these. So when we are comparing this 43.65 that we are getting to synthetically short sell compared to the 44, which is what we would be receiving if we short sell, it would be better off to short sell than to synthetically, as it is a little bit less.